Robert Dickey is president of the US Community Publishing Division of Gannett. Robert gave the keynote speech at the start of the Congress. Robert, you were talking about the change in business strategy. Can you explain a little bit more?
Sure. Early on, when we were going through the 2008-2009 global recession, it became very clear to us that our business model was under attack. So we took three very distinct approaches to it. One, we realized that it was a difficult time and we had to restructure our organization. We required change in our cost structure. We accomplished that by 2010. At the same time, we knew that continuing pressure on costs was not a long-term solution. We started to look for new avenues of revenue. We felt there were two areas. One was obviously in digital. We started to expand our digital advertising activities. But more precisely, we came up with a digital marketing services concept that allows us to offer a wide range of digital products outside of just typical banner or rich media ads on a website. At the same time, we took on a content evolution strategy in our newsrooms, asking our editors to narrow their scope of their focus, knowing their resources were going to be less than they had experienced in the past. We needed to make sure we put those resources against the topic areas that the local community felt was the most important. We needed to own those. We needed to be the experts. We needed to be number one in our market for coverage in those particular areas. Our editors went to extensive outreach, visited readers in their homes. We did extensive research to narrow down what those topics should be. At the end of that, we went through a number of product improvements, both in the print and digital side, and that positioned us for the all-access subscription model that we rolled out last year to all 80 of our newspapers. We no longer offer a print-only subscription. Today, you are paying for access to our content, regardless of which distribution model you take.
And Robert, what was the impact of that on your readership and on your profitability?
Anytime you put a metered paywall in, we did see some declines in our traffic. A lot of that traffic that declined was not traffic that we were monetizing, so at the end of the day, it didn't negatively impact our digital revenues. Our circulation volumes declined 5 to 7 percentage points from the secular declines that we've been seeing. That was exactly what we had projected. The upside is it'll generate about $100 million worth of circulation revenue, and on the DMS side, that's helping grow digital revenues in the double digits this year. Combination of those two things allowed us to continue to invest in local journalism. We're not laying off reporters. We've added people since the rollout last year in many of our top markets.
And what should other players around the world take away from this?
One, don't underestimate the loyalty of your subscribers. They are willing to pay. They value what you do. I think at times we don't realize how much they do value the content and the great work that goes on at the local level. So I wouldn't be afraid to price aggressively. Second, I would make sure my customer service team is trained to answer different types of questions. This is no longer about stopping your newspaper when a customer calls your customer service. This is about, how do I get access? I forgot my password. You're much more of a full-service customer service. You have to be prepared for that. Journalists, I think, are adapting very quickly to the changing environment. Still have to push them to get out of being too print-centric, be much more bold on their digital, learn to write, edit, and design for each device. We call it day parting, like they say in broadcast. I would create a roadmap over the next 2 years of what product improvements I need to make, both in new or enhancements. And then finally, I would make sure not to forget to train my sales staff. They will be bombarded by questions from your current clients, and your competitors will try to twist what you're doing to play it as a further decline of your audience, which in fact it will not be.
Robert, thank you very much.
Thank you.